hot take. I haven't heard yet. Maybe I'm gonna be the first person that's saying this right now. This could be exclusive content here that you're hearing this first. But every season, inevitably, there's the first coach to be fired.
Yes.
And I think it's pretty clear that this guy is in the hot seat. It's not his first season. He's got all-star, if not all-time talent on his team, okay? And he cannot get the Nets to win. And as much as he's an all-time great, I'm saying here that Steve Nash is going to be the first coach that's going to get fired this season, okay? Because he can't get the Nets to play some decent basketball to at least win 500, games at the moment. And obviously, this today, obviously with the players meeting and the schedule coming up with Pacers, Bulls, Wizards, Hornets, Mavericks, Knicks, Clippers, then Lakers. If they're not getting closer to 500 by the time they get to the Lakers and they drop that game, I'm saying that's going to be when the hammer's going to drop.
So actually just drop the game to the Pacers unless they have another one that they're playing soon after.
I believe so, yes.
Not a great look for a team that does have a lot of star power on it. To be honest with you, that bench has decreased in caliber over the years. Look, Steve Nash has been brought in, I don't believe for the X's and O's, but for a chemistry management thing. This situation, over the offseason looked really shaky. It's clearly deteriorating quite quickly. And I guess to piggyback on your take, I actually think out of all the teams in the NBA, whether it be during the season or in the offseason, the Nets blow it up. The Nets actually get rid of everyone. Kyrie Irving may go. They either may not pick up his contract or they might trade him by the deadline. You could see the Lakers doing that. You could see the Lakers doing some weird ditch effort if they can stick around 500, taking Kyrie on for one draft pick, and they buy out Westbrook or they just run that through. But it's KD that has 3 years still on his deal after this year that I think wouldn't want to stay. Right? They're like, who is their third best player? Because Ben Simmons is the on paper pick, but I don't know. I mean, you could make another hot take and say, is Ben Simmons even going to stay in the league after this? Like, is he going to go straight to the Blake Griffin, Paul Millsap, LaMarcus Aldridge, ring chasing bench player that went from an all-star straight to that? But the difference is Ben Simmons isn't even like 25, like it's bad. It's a bad team. And
it's a bad team.
Fascinating.
It's a bad team, and it's going to cost Steve Nash's job. Okay?
Oh, yeah, but it's not going to fix anything.
If you think back when he was brought in, there was a fair bit of criticism to bring him in as an untested head coach. He hadn't had any assistant coach sort of history at that point, and no doubt he's an all-time great. Okay, and maybe down the track he'll have another team will pick him up, and maybe he'll have a better stint in another club. Okay, think about like Jay Kidd, when he first started coaching in that sort of situation. But I think, all right, Steve Nash, all right, is not the right coach for the Nets at the moment. Okay, he's getting nothing out of KD and the Kyrie pair, and on paper, that pair alone, all right, should be able to get some wins. Okay, and you're right, their bench is a little bit thin. They've got some sort of untested players, and they've got some veterans too. Let's be clear. Okay, that they shouldn't be 1-5 at the moment. Okay, and if they're getting to sort of that about 10 to 15 games in, and they're like, I don't know, 5-10 or even worse than that. I think the Nets have to look at someone else to sort of be really on the charge in the sidelines.
You've hit it all on the head. Let's be honest. It's the same as the Lakers. Everyone's kind of said the same things at this point. I think it'll be one of the most mutually agreed upon topics this year for discussion.